Greetings, YouTubers. Today we are going to be taking a look at this 12-24V Car-Boat-ATV 4-socket USB adapter charger, 5V, 1 amp, and a 2.1 amp for your automobile or whatever you want to stick it in case you don't have enough places to plug in your cell phones. You got a bunch of people with you and you got to take turns. Well, this might be an alternate option to overcome that issue. And as you can see here, this one here is about $29.77. Of course, you got to pay $4.50 for shipping. And these are now becoming big sellers because older vehicles don't even have a USB port. They do have a cigarette lighter adapter where you can plug one in. And you can see the limited amount of hardware you do get. You don't get any wires, but you do get some screws, you get a plate, and also you get the 4 adapters, and also you get some terminal connectors. And there is a look at the back of it. You can see pretty simple to hook up. If you know a little about electricity and wiring, this will be a very easy concept for you to actually hook something like this up into your boat or your automobile. And as I scroll through all the options here that you have, you can see there's all kind of ways you can hook up something to your cigarette lighter, or you can permanently hardwire it to your automobile or your boat or whatever. And you can see the prices vary from $10 all the way up to maybe $50 or $60. And if you don't know much about electricity or how to wiring anything, well, you can still go online and figure out how to hook something like this up in your vehicle and also get some wires and fuses, and you're off to a pretty good start. And you won't have that option of fighting over the USB socket when you have 3 or 4 people in your automobile trying to charge up their cell phone. So the options here are sort of unlimited. Okay, so now we can say goodbye to these things here, although if you just have one cell phone and you're by yourself, it's probably okay, but most people have 3 or 4 people in the car. So we'll get rid of this. And to save you the boredom, I've already gone ahead and taken that out of the box. And here are some of the pieces that we get. We get some screws there. And what we'll do first is go ahead and look at the back of this, and you can see how it's kind of made. And we got little places here you can actually just connect wires onto. Now, I ordered a bigger one that I'm going to do a review on here a little bit later. And I'll put a link here in the video of that. And as you can see here, these have the 5V, 1 amp, and the 2 amp. Now, some of the older cell phones you got to be careful about. They only take 1 amp, but I find that a lot of newer cell phones nowadays can handle the 2.1 amp because they have a built-in chip that will reduce the power to whatever the phone needs. And you can see there's the 2 on the bottom. And on the back, it's pretty easy to take these apart. You just spin this guy here around like this. Pull this off here, and you can arrange this any way you want. The nice thing is you can take all these out and drill your own hole in something else and make this work. And basically you just kind of screw this on like this. This is all some kind of really hard plastic. I'm not sure exactly what it's made out of, but the threads go on fairly nice, and you can feel the toughness there. They feel like they're going to be pretty nice to work with. And we'll go ahead and take out all 4 of these real quick. All right, let's get this one out. All right, you can see there's a plastic piece that it comes in. It's kind of cut out. The nice thing is these little screws that you get here, you can actually kind of screw this onto something. You can make a place where you can kind of slide this in, cut out some holes and everything. And you can see the little screws that you get. You get 4 of these in this particular setup anyway. Let me get these out of here real quick for you. Kind of give you an idea what we're looking at here. And you can see these little screws are countersunk, and they sit down in there like that. So it actually looks pretty good once they're in there. Now, unfortunately, with this particular setup, you do get these little clips here. Basically, you're going to have to get some wires and some crimpers and fix this like this. But if you shop around online, I see a lot of these that are combined with the wires and the crimpers and the whole tool set. But I just wanted to buy this. I was going to kind of experiment. Now, this particular piece here, we'll measure it real quick, because when you look at something online, it looks a lot bigger, and when you get it, it doesn't look quite as big. This one here is about 4 inches across or so, like you can see that there, and about 3.5 inches tall, so it's more than enough to probably get it on your dash or to kind of make a template or something. And speaking of templates, here are some of the templates that I've been making for some different projects for some of these things here, and this can get kind of involved, but in short, I just wanted to kind of show you. I've actually cut a hole in here and set that right in there like that. Then you can kind of take a ring and kind of tighten this down like this. Like I said, there's all kind of ways you can do this option wise, and you can see I've kind of got it sit there like that, and you can just kind of close that up like that when you're not using it. So so far I think I like this one here. Now I will show you some of the wires on some of the other ones here that you can get. Now on one of the other sets I got, these are the wires that you will probably have to buy, or if you have something like this, you can actually just slide these on the back of this here. But this is actually the set here that I bought that I'm actually going to have some extra ones that I need to use. The full set I'll do a review here in a little bit that came with all this stuff. But for right now, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and run some power to this, and we'll see if this charges up a cell phone okay. If you just want to drill one hole in your dash or make one template and run a couple wires and just have one plug for your cell phone or your iPad or whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and run 12 volts of this. I've got a battery charger in the house. That's a little sketchy here, but I got some tape on that side. And let's see what this looks like. All right, it's nice and blue. Pretty cool. Now I've got my cell phone right here. I want to see how well this cell phone actually, if it charges up the cell phone okay. And we'll go ahead and plug this in here, and if the cell phone is charging, it will light up. We'll do the 2.1 amp on the bottom first to see what we get here. See if this lights up. Alright, so the phone, it does work on the phone, and you can see at the top there it is charging. It's very top there. You got a charge indication, which is nice. Alright, so let's do the top one. The top one is for some of the older cell phones. And if I plug that in, as soon as the phone starts charging, the phone should light up. So let's plug that in on the top. Flip it around here. Alright, so let's wait a second, see if the phone comes on, and boom. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so now I do have a GoPro here. I want to try it real quick. Now I know some of these GoPros, you got to be very careful. Some of these are not rated to be charged at 2.1 amps, so we're just going to go ahead and do this one here. The 1 amp, because I did do some research and find out that this one here, this is a Hero 3, will charge only at 1 amp, so you got to be careful about that. At least that's what they say. So let's go ahead and plug this in and see what we get here. So, and it works. How about that? All right, so this is a pretty cool. This might be a nice option to have in your automobile if you don't have enough accessory places to plug in stuff like this. So hopefully you like this little review on this. So that's kind of nice to have. And of course you got 4 of these that you can hook up, and you'll have more room and you know what to do with for accessories. And just for the heck of it, we'll see if all 4 of these work. There's that one there, and here is this one here. See, this one here is the negative on that side. Make sure all these work okay. And here's a positive, and that one lights up. So there's number 2. Because sometimes you never know, you might get a bad one. And I recommend you do the same thing. It's nothing like wiring up stuff and finding out something doesn't work. And let's see. Get that on the right one there. This is actually negative on this side, which is good. And we'll hit the top. And that one works. And we'll do one more here. And we'll do number 4 here. And it lights up, so all 4 light up, which is kind of nice. I kind of see that there. Alright guys, so maybe you can just throw these away and do something like this. Hopefully this video will give you some idea what you're getting into and some of your options. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know where you're watching from. And until my next video guys, I will see you later.